Hi, friends. Let's try that again. So I'm prepping to do the last video of this one. I hope it's the last video. And what I mean by that is, I hope it's the final part. It may not be, but I'm hoping that it is. So I'm prepping to do it. And I thought if I'm going to do the prep work, maybe I could bring y'all in and show y'all what I'm going to do to prep. But I'm also going to show you how excited I am about index cards this year. Because I'm going to let index cards be my new thing. They are going to be my new thing. And here's what I mean by that. I was looking at, like, every year I look for a new planner. I don't know why. I get them and I don't use them. I have really pretty ones. I have really nice ones and I love them a lot. And I get them and I don't use them. And the other day I was on YouTube and I saw where, for years now, this is not new. Y'all know me. I'm always behind a trend. But for years now, people have been using index cards as planners. And it's so cool. And I'm going to be building that for 2025 for kind of my everyday thing. But for right now, I'm seeing that there's all these places I want to use them. And this is a really good one for me. So let me kind of explain it before we get started. So if you've been watching the process of this album, part 1 and part 2 have gone up already. And this album has all these pages in here that all I have done is added the decorator cardstock to. And what I want to do today is plan what's going to happen to these pages. Now, I will tell you, there won't be a tremendous amount of things happening. And the reason is I only have, I mean, if I press down, I have a lot. But if I let these things just have their air there, I have about a finger width of space to add to. So let me tell you what I'm thinking. What I want to do this year as I'm designing is I want to design my pages on an index card and then put them into, I'll show you, a ring-bound little binder so I can reference my pages over and over again throughout the year, because I feel like I make a lot of folios, a lot of photo things, and you ever just go, I don't remember what those pages were that I made, or you ever just go, I gave that present away and I can't remember that page I did? Well, this is what I want to kind of do. Okay, so let me show you. So we just got these in. I had Amber was on a hunt for these for me. These are self-laminating photo sheets. You can get heat laminating, which I have that too, but these are self-laminating. And what I love about these is I don't have to plug up my laminating machine. What I'm going to do today is make a little book that's going to be the landing place for all my little pages. Stick around because this will make sense in a minute. And the reason I want to show you on this album is because I need to get started. Number 1, I need to get this filmed so it can get up for you guys. And number 2, I want you to start thinking all the places and all the different ways that you can use these little mini books throughout your craft room or throughout your organization this year. Okay, so like I said, this little mini book is going to be about pages, about folio pages, album pages, what have you. And I'm going to decorate the front. This little piece here is going to be 4 by 6. Also, please don't be mad. But these little mini books I'm making that are going to be like my little notebooks, I'm not looking for a lot of decoration here. I'm not looking to make these super cute, like something I want to gift to somebody or anything like that. Nothing like that. These are just for me. What I'm really looking for when I make these is a cover, or a cover in the back, that when I look at it, I know what this book is, because these are going to be for in my craft room, in my studio. Like I said, I'm not looking for something that's going to be like super ornate or on a theme. Does that make sense? Like, I'm looking for something that's going to be kind of utilitarian, which is one of my favorite words to say. I say it all the time. So here's how I'm going to make it look a little ornate, but not a lot. Just a little. Okay, so that was a 4 by 6 piece, and I just cut an inch strip off. So what I'm going to do on the front of this, I'm going to do it front and back because I want to be able to find this super easy. I'm going to do this just like this. So I've just given myself this little red spot at the bottom, and I'm going to flip this page over and flip this guy over, and I'm going to tape it down with yellow tape. I know. Oh, I better not tape it down. That might be janky. Let's not tape it down. Let me see here. Let's see if I can just get it to stick in here, because I think I can. I want to make sure this is sticky. It is sticky. Okay. Now, this tells me to remove this strip first, right? I don't want to remove this strip first, although I understand why it's telling me to. That's so we can just put this guy into place. Let me show you what you're supposed to do. So you peel this little strip off of here. Thank you so much. Okay, then I'm going to take this piece. This is going to be the front of my album. I want it to be this little checkered print. And I'm going to center this up here. And I am just eyeballing it. I think I'll lay it down. So I think I'll have a better look this way. Am I in camera? I hope so, you guys. All right, so I'm going to lay that down like so. And then what you remove that strip for is to grab your little page. And mine's not quite straight. Let me straighten that again. It needs to go in a little further on one side. That side there. Is that right? That feels better. Okay. It might still be a little crooked. I'm not going to stress about it too much. All right, so there's that guy. Then, before I do anything else, so that's going to be the front. Then I want this little guy to live down here, and it's going to say album page ideas or instructions. What I want this to say. Album page info. I'm looking for a marker. What I want this to say, you guys, tell me. Album page ideas, I think. Maybe ideas. Y'all tell me. I'm going to let somebody say. I think ideas because it's not, oh, templates. I like the word templates. It's going to, they'll be sort of templates. Like they're going to be almost templates. So maybe that. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with ideas. I'm like you. I think I'm going to go with ideas because I might put other stuff in there. So this is where I'm not very good. This is my handwriting. So we're just going to just do it. Album, page, ideas. Do you guys struggle with, like, should I make it cute? Do you guys struggle with organizing your thoughts? Like I struggle with, okay, so I've been doing this a really long time, right? I've been on YouTube like, is it 13 years, 15 years? I don't remember how many years, but listen, I've made a lot of things and people will say, have you ever made a such and such? And I'll be like, I don't think I've ever made one. And then I'll look at my channel and I'm like, yeah, I made one. But it's been so long ago that I forget. And over the years, I just said to myself, don't worry. All the information is on YouTube. You've got it out there. You can just get it that way. And yeah, I could have. But thanks, Tim, 13 years. But you know, I don't always run back to that. I don't always go back and look at my videos. Okay, I want this to go here, just like that. So I'm going to peel this away. I'm getting froggy. Did y'all see me just get froggy just then? Do you see that flip back down? That was way too froggy. Don't do that in your own studios. All right, where's my presser downer? Where's my presser downer? I want to use my presser downer. I don't see it. I'll use a bone folder. I wanted to use my Ergo. Oh, there it is, right there staring me in the face. I'm a YouTube teenager. Oh, that's the only place I'm a teenager. In my regular life, I'm well past teenager. All right, so look, I'm just going to burnish this down like so. Also, you guys, this is how you can make your own planner and own album covers just the same, because you can use the same method that I'm going to with the ring binders, not ring binders, the disc bindings. Now, I will tell you, this is an important step because this self-adhesive, first off, don't go all the way to the edge with your paper or else it has nowhere to adhere to. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure you leave that little edge. So look, there's my cover. So let's make a back. And the back, I'm just going to make the opposite of the cover. How about that? How about that? That's what I'm going to do. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to peel away this top portion. Okay, I'm going to turn it upside down. I think I did better with that. Now I want this, I want the red out this time because I did the checkout last time. The checkout, get it? The checkout. Let's check for straight back there. Nope, that needs to go way back. What you have to be sure of is that this guy opened all the way up. That feels better. Then I can press that one down. Oh, cool. I love that set. I have a plan for it too. But, oh, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. Okay, so there's that. And now I'm not going to get quite as froggy as I did last time. Let's go a little slower, right? I think I'll put my hand up like this, so I don't get quite as froggy there. That's cool. Oop, I got a little slippage. Pretty close. No, we're going to let it live. We're going to let it be what it be's, okay? There we go. All right, and then seal it down. Now, my other thing that I'm excited about with using the index cards, y'all saw in my my little folio I made for myself, I made pockets for my index cards. And here's what I've done, you guys. I have put index cards everywhere. I'm like working to my own advantage here, or I'm trying to. I messed this one up, but it's cool. I'm trying to let this work out to be good for me, and here's what I mean. Everywhere in my house, everywhere in my car, everywhere in my backpack, my desk, I'm just putting index cards, just stacks of index cards. I've got big ones, little ones, whatever, okay? Then when I want to make notes, I can grab an index card and make a note, and it can go into whatever book it needs to go into. Now, the other thing you need is one of these guys. This is the what is it called? It's called the Power Punch, but it does that disc shape for these little metal discs. And I want to decide, I'm just going to eyeball look for a second. I want to decide how many of these guys. I don't think I need a super whole lot. Let me see where this punch is. I don't use this one very often. I need to refresh my memory. I'll put this in and see what it looks like. I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll make myself a little cheat sheet. So this is not actually 4x6. It's a little bigger than that, I'm pretty sure. I think it's 4 1/4. I think it's 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. Yeah, this is 4x6. So let's make a little cheat sheet. Watch this. Let's go. Like this. Sure, you could use binder rings. Sure. I just like this because no matter, okay, so I'm just going to be able to stick my little index cards in. I don't know. It's just a thing I want to use. You could do it any old way. You could put them in an envelope. You don't even have to have a binder. Don't even have to have a binder. All right. So what I'm going to do is I want to practice this. So there's that. And if I let it tell me where they go, let's see what happens. That's not a bad way to do it. Then turn it around. Yeah, I don't mind this. I just think I want 5. So I think the center and work my way out might be the way to go, just to make things easier. So let's mark our center. How do I want to mark the center? How about we do this? We're going to punch it away. So, oh, I need the center line above it, don't I? Okay, let's do it a different way. Let us do it a different way. You're all probably going to laugh at me, but here's how we're going to do it. We're going to use some yellow tape. And I'm going to use my 0 feature. And I'm going to go, is it 3 1/4 or 3 1/8 on either side? It's about 3 1/8. It's not exactly, but it's close. All right, so what I'm going to do, stick this tape like so, lift this up, lay that down, and let's do another measure and make sure that's the middle. 3. Yep. Okay, and then I'm going to punch through that. Then I can peel that away. Tell my brain where I know, Valerie, I know. I don't understand, but hey, it is what it is, right? Okay, so I got number 1. We can move this guy. That wasn't the worst idea. I've had worse ideas than that one. All right, and now you just let the punch do the work, which is super cool. We'll flip it over so I can finish the other side. Do you see how that works? So you take that little piece and you lay it inside the previous one. Oh, I did that one poorly. Can I fix it? Yeah, not too bad. Okay. Now we're going to do the back, and I'll just use this to match. Yeah. Thanks, Rachel. I am too. I am loving them myself. I honestly get more work done because I get in here and I start to craft with you guys, and I get things prepped. And I think we get a lot discussed, a lot taken care of, you know, like what we need to be doing. Okay, so that's how we're going to do that. All right, let's put our rings in there and see what it looks like. I love these. I had Amber find these for me. These are not the plastic ones. These are metal, I think. I think these are the metal ones. We'll feel them and see. Yep, they're metal. They're cold in my hand. And I have them in this color, and I may not use this color on here because I'm not sure I like that. They are so neat. Listen. Well, there it is. Hear that metal? Oh, y'all, it is flooding here. The rain is coming down. I can hear it in here. Good rainy day. A rainy day craft. Let's see. Are these metal? Medium. Happy Planner. I don't know if these are metal or not. Let's pick this one out and see. Yes. I like the black ones better. Okay, so we use the black ones on this album. I'll save the copper for something else. I'm going to need 5 of them. Now they sound like coins. Okay, so to put this together, just pop these guys in. And I think what I really love about this is just how easy it'll be for me to take them apart and move them around and blah, blah. And another thing, Amber that works with us told me that she really enjoyed these. She has a Happy Planner, and she really enjoyed these because they were so easy to work with. Okay, so this is where I'm going to put them, and look at that. Isn't that cool? So I have this stack that we just carry. We just have these in the shop. I did that wrong, but that's okay. I like it. Okay, what I mean by I was going to have the back one backwards, but I kind of like it like that. All right, so these are just 4x6, okay? So I'm going to take some of these out and punch them and get them ready for my book. I don't know how many I want to put in there. I want it to have a little bit of body to it, so we'll do several. And I'll go back to my little template to find my center. So once I get one started, we'll be good. And I'll see how many I can punch at a time. Okay, so we got that center started. And then, the one thing I want to caution you on when you do this, even though I have that in there correctly, I have to be careful to push this down onto the little stop line down here. If you don't, let me show you what happens if you don't. So let me show you. I'm going to push this all the way down and punch. Then I'm going to put it over here, and I'm going to have it a little twisted, and look what happens. See that? You got to be careful not to do that. You want to make sure when you're punching it, let's flip it over and I'll show you the difference. Put this guy in, but also press your cardstock down into the punch, and then you get a nice even punch and not that crooked one. So be careful with that. Hey, where did our little pieces go? Am I filling this guy up? I'm going to have to figure it out. All right, let's finish this out, and then we'll do a stack and see how many we can do at once. And I think it's important to go ahead and punch a stack so that whenever you're designing your cards, you'll know where to draw. This is gonna be too many. I have a feeling. No, it went through there super easy. Oh my goodness. That went through super easy. Rachel's like me. She's like, where are they going? We'll find out in a second. I cannot believe how easy that's punching through. Now, this is not my traditional cardstock. This is just actual index card. Am I still with you guys? Because my computer conked out, or maybe I hit the button. Let me get caught back up to where you guys are. There we go. That's pretty good. That's like a bunch of those guys at one time. Look how thick. Okay. The emptying tab. Is it right here? Wait. Oh, it's down here. Oh, is that it? I never empty anything. That's usually what Shannon likes to do. Where's it at, you guys? Is this it right here? I feel like that's it. Okay, learn with me. Is that it? Is it this? No, I don't want to break anything either. Oh, it says the word open. How about that? How about that? So not hard. Ooh, don't do what I do, you guys. Don't let it pack up. That's not bad. Look. Cute. Okay. Now then, let's keep going. I'm going to get a few more. That was a good old stack. Let's see if we can do another good old stack. I want to get a few more. Then we're going to talk about the album. You guys want to stick around for the album? All right, so I'm going to line this guy up. There we go. Get one done, and then I can just keep going. So let's talk about what we're going to put in here. So I am just like you guys. I go out on Pinterest, I go out on YouTube, and I have people that I love to see how they do their album pages and all their little interactive pieces and stuff that they come up with. And many times I see them and I think, ooh, I want to add that to an album, but I forget, you know, about it or whatever. And most of the time in YouTube, I'll just save it to like an album or a playlist in YouTube. But I want to be able to have something I can just flip back to whenever I want to see it and plan from. I'm going to stick these in here like so. I've made that one come out, but I can fix it back. Put that in. Put that back in. My little cover said, I'm done. All right. Get everything lined back up. So now we have, I keep clanging that on the table. I'm sorry, it's probably loud. So now we have this little guy that we can do all our little pieces in. And what I really love is I can just come in here and just pull one out like that. I'm gonna move that to the side. And now let's talk about the album. This album in particular, in case you just got here, I'll remind you again the album. This one, we already have 2 parts on the channel where I'm showing you how to do this, okay? So I've already showed you how to do the fabric, and I've already shown you inside. This album in particular comes with several different pages. It comes with these pages. There's 3 of these, and they open like, oops, let me pick it up. Hang on. They open like this, okay? And you can change these. You can have them open from the bottom, or you can flip this over and have it open from the top. I'm going to do something completely different with these. I have another idea for those, so that's why they're not in the album right now. It comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blank pages. And what I mean by that is they're just pages. There's no flips or flaps on those. Then it comes with 3 that do this, that open. So I got 1, 2, 3 of those. And then it comes with 3 tab dividers that are also pockets. Okay, so I want to plan out what I want to do here. Now, there's one thing I know that I want to do, and that is I want to make one of those slider elements. Let me show you. Do you remember the cards we did on the live the other night? Let me grab this real quick. Look, this is that, my box from my Sample 2.0. And I have my samples in here. Let's pull those out. So we made these little slider cards, which I'm in love with this mechanism, and I told you you'd see it again. Okay, look at this. Love this, and it just slides out. I don't know why I did that. I can pull it from the string. It just slides out like that. I want to do this in my album for definite, okay? And you can do it with just ephemera. You can make this little slider. I want to put that in my album. So my thought was I could either build one to go on the page, or I can take this guy and use this to my advantage up here, okay? Like, take this apart, use it to my advantage. So here's what we're going to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call this, oh, let me show y'all something else. See, this is why I like these lives. I can show you all the stuff I work with all the time. Let me find it that I try to work with. Here it is. Okay, don't laugh. And if you want this to be done professionally, you can do it. This is a mini legal pad that I cut in half. Because I don't always need a full sheet of legal size paper. So I cut this in half and I use my Tim Holtz rotary trimmer to do it. It's not perfect. Like if you're making this for a gift, and people do turn these into gifts, it's not perfect. But for what I did, it was great. But if you want it to be perfect, just take it to your office supply store and have them cut it. I may invest in one of those cutters this year, you guys, to cut legal pads and stuff. But anyway, so here's what I did. I started making notes of the kind of things I wanted. So like album pages, slider page. That's what we're talking about now. And then I've got a couple other pages we'll talk about in a minute. Okay, so here's the slider page situation, all right? So I'm going to call this one, I'm just going to write up here, slider page. And then out here, I'm going to give it a little definition, okay? And that is gate fold page that has slider to close. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw myself like a rectangle. Okay, then I'm going to draw my little lines in the middle, just like this. And then maybe I'll just put like a heart, which would be cute on this wedding album. And I'll just make a note that this guy slides. And this is a gatefold. And if you have neater handwriting than me, yeah, use that. Then over here, I'm going to say slider uses 4 of same shape to create. And then I'm going to tell myself reference video on channel, just so I'll know. If I got this from somewhere else, I would tell myself reference Pinterest or reference whatever, right? So this is a page, it's a slider page. So this, this will go into my little book for later, and I can use the back for another kind of page because I didn't really use it. So I think I will. So I know I want to do a slider page, and see, here's the deal. After I finish this album, I can reference this again to help me come up with what I want to do. All right. Now for the album itself, I want to discuss these guys. I don't want to make 2 sliders. The reason is I don't have that much space, okay? So do you see how much space I've got here? It's already pretty full. I'm going to see if that's too zoomed in for you to even be able to see it. Let me scoot over a little bit. It's already pretty full, so I don't want to put multiple sliders in, okay? You can see that. I'm going to make like one main slider. So what I'm going to do here with a pencil is I'm going to tell myself slider page. And I'm going to save this for when I film my video. You, on the other hand, could go ahead and make it whatever and move on, but I've got to have this for the video. So I'm just going to put these 2 guys together, or put this in my book and save this for the video when I go to make it. So does that make sense, what I'm doing so far? Okay, the next thing I want to do, while you guys are telling me, is I want to do a half page. Let me show you what a half page looks like and where my inspiration came from. Let me find it really quick. Give me 1 second. I have to walk away for 1 second to get it. Well, I can't find it. It was my recipe album, and maybe I put them outside. Let me keep looking. Where did I put them? Come here, little recipe album. Huh. Where did they end up? I really wanted to show y'all that, and I literally cannot find one of my recipe albums that I just made. Oh, hold on. Did I put them over here? I might have put them on the Christmas gift side. I did. Hang on. I put them on the side where I'm saving my Christmas gifts to be taken care of. Okay. So this is my cottagecore album. And nobody told me that was making sense. So this is my cottagecore album, and I want to show you what I'm calling half pages. Let me get to one. So I'm calling this a half page. We did this in the album, and I thought it was really cute. And I like it as an element here. I think it's pretty cool. So my plan for those other two pieces, put that aside, for these other two pieces that open kind of funny, are to turn them into half-page albums, okay? Because I don't really need all of this space because I have so much in there, all right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put one aside for the video, but I'm going to make one here for you guys to see what I'm talking about. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this away. In my head, this works. And also, this is a good way for me to decide if this is what I want to do, right? Before the video happens, before you guys see the actual video. So I'm going to cut this away. So this I can use as my half page, as part of the half page. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. So this guy ends up being, how big is he? Can I measure him here? He should be 8, right? 6 by 8. Let's see. He's 8 1/4. That's actually pretty good. So I would want 1/2 inch for my hole punching, okay? And then that would leave me, let's move this out to here. Do I want to go that way? No, let's go here. So that leaves me 7 3/4. Okay, let's just do this. Let's just make one really quick, okay? And see what it ends up like. This, it won't be wasted. So where did I get that from? I just cut it off that page that I didn't need that flippity flap, okay? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this guy up along the bottom. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm kind of eyeball centering that. I'm going to line that up. And I'm going to make marks. Okay, see that? So now I know where my hole punches need to be. Let's punch some holes. All right, and then I'm going to go right here, just like so. I actually don't think that one's where I want it to be. I think that one is a little bit traced incorrectly. I'm going to check it. It is traced wrong, so let me fix it. I didn't want it to be that close to the edge. There we go. All right, let's use the correct one. I'm being picky about that one. Okay, so there's that. So that means I have this space, and I'm going to want to bring this guy over. And look, I'm just going to do it like this. I think it'll work just fine. So I'm going to do it like that, and then I'm just going to press this down. So without any waste, and I'll do this again in the main video because I'll show how we did this. Without any waste, I've created a half page that I can put right inside here and get that same feel that I got in my cottagecore album. Love that, no waste, right? Love that. Okay, so that then leaves me this guy, which is now another flat page. So I ended up with this page and the flat page, and I think I might use this because I also did not tell you this. I really want this particular album to feature a lot of 4x6 photos. Not a lot of tinies. I feel like this wedding album should have a lot of 4x6s in it. So here's what I'm going to do really quick. I'm going to pull this out, and I'm going to make one for half page. I don't think they're really half pages, but in my mind, that's what I've been calling them, so I'll recognize them. So this is a small page for ring-bound albums that sits between full pages. So then I can draw again. And then I can put my little rings like this, and then I can draw in my half page. This is my half page. Then I'm going to do this opens out like small booklet. Okay, and then reference, like I think this is cool to say. How do you remember this? I'm referencing this from Cottage Core album build, because that's where I learned about the first time, and I think I'll remember that, right? Okay, so then for the video, I'm going to take this and put it with this, okay? So now when I go to film my video, I have this page to do, and now I have this page to do. Now, the other thing I can decide is how many of those do I want. Now, we already know that I can get at least one more half page, because I use this one. I'm going to use this one for something else, for that gatefold. So I know I can get one more half page plus this one. So I'll end up with 2 half pages in this book, and that's super cool. Okay, so I'm going to put those aside for when I film. Now, let's go back to my notes, which I can hardly find anything. The other thing I wanted to do was a shuffle page. Okay, listen, I don't know what this is really called. I just saw it, and I thought I'm going to call it a shuffle page. So it might be where we can utilize this guy, okay? Here's what I'm calling a shuffle page. Y'all tell me what you think. I want a flap that folds down, a flap that folds in, a flap that folds up, and a flap that folds in, okay? The fold in flap might not be smart. All of this might not be smart. I don't know. Let's see. Let's get a 4x6. We'll use this as our reference. So I would like one that folds down here. Okay. I would like one that folds. Look how these index cards are saving me here too. One that will fold in here. One that folds in here. And one that folds up there. And now that I'm looking at it, the thought was it was going to be a shuffle where I would fold one, and it would kind of hold themselves down like a box. What do y'all think about that idea? So how does that work? That means this one's here, this one's here, this one's here, and where's this one? I don't think I can shuffle this just because of the way they're shaped. But what I do think I can do is I can have these like this, so have them top and bottom, have these side to side, and I'm gonna have to build this one on this side. You see what I'm saying? Have to build it on this side of those so that it just opens like that. But what I could do is just have a 4x6 here and have this guy close over and have this guy close down and then have this close up, or vice versa, and like magnet close this. I don't know. I think I like it better where I had it. I think I like this over here. Even if, you guys, even if this one isn't a flap, even if this one stays closed, okay, then this one goes like this. Then let's put the bottom one up first. So this is all photo flaps. And then, yeah, I like this shape better. And then this one closes like this, and it has a magnet. So then when you get to this page, you go open, 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 reveal. Make sense? Okay, what do y'all think? So I may not call this a shuffle page. What if we turn them both sideways? I don't know if I want just one sideways, because look what will happen. It makes this very heavy at the bottom. Do you see that? Because we end up with like this. Well, it kind of looks like a pocket. It doesn't matter. You can play any way you want to. But you can do that too. We could do, oh, we could do this and have a slider. I don't want another slider. Already got one. I'm not sure what I would call it, and I'm not sure how much I love it. Okay, here's another way. Check this one out. This is the way I saw it originally. Originally, there was one flippity flap here. There was like one flippity flap over here. There was, oops, I moved it. There was one flippity flap down here, and then there was another flippity flap down here. What do we think of that idea? Now that feels very shuffly, doesn't it? There'd have to be a magnet somewhere. I probably would lay it out a little different. Like, okay, so look, so if this is the case, this opens like, let's see. This one opens this way. Oh, no, look. We put this one down and it doesn't open, okay? This one just goes down. I have to build it backwards now. This one goes here, and it opens, okay? This one goes here, and it opens. This one goes here, it opens, but it also has the magnet. So we end up with some, now that's kind of a shuffle page. That's kind of a shuffle page. So let's look at what it would do. This one would open here. I should be using yellow tape. This one would open here, okay? This one would open here. I'm just going to slide it. It would open here. So we got open there, and then we've got open here, and then permanent. I like that one. I like that one. This stays. It can even be a pocket. No reason for this one to move. Then this one. Then this one closes in. And then this one closes down. It's different, right? And it feels like a shuffle page. Now I think I can still call it a shuffle page. Let's go to our, let's draw it up. All right, so shuffle page. So this is 4 photo mats. 3 are flips. 1 is permanent. Okay, so let's draw it out. Another thing that would be cool, you guys, is, let me show you. You're going to think this is a little much, but let me just show you. Let me show you. Not with that piece. Let me get another scrap. You're going to be like, okay, Maymay, that's too much. Could be. I'm known for being much. Not really, am I? Terrence said, okay, I can deal with that. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah, because now it does feel like a shuffle page, right? And if I want to call it that. All right, look, let's see. How big is this? Let's cut this down half an inch. And let's see how big this is. This still might be a little bit big. Then let's go. Let's go here and see what I get. Nope. Go here and see what we get. Okay, so what I can do with this, you guys, don't laugh, or do, it's okay, either way. You could take this little guy, this little piece that I cut down, put this into the center here. All right, so this can be what I can trace every time to get my rectangle, and then it can be a template that I just put in here. Oh, it won't quite work, will it? I'll have to do a couple of holes or just fix that. But in the future, now we know, do it with 2 holes so it'll go right here, and then you have your little template for tracing. I'll go back and do that right in a few minutes. That's what we get for filming live. Okay, so shuffle page. So we have 1 down here, which is permanent. And then I'm going to go like this. We have a flap, and a flap, and a flap. I know what you're thinking. How are we going to come back to this and remember it? That's what all those references are for. I'm going to let that be that. And then what I'm going to do is take this page, I'm going to put this guy with it, and we'll flip it over and put it with my other pieces for when I film the video. Hello, sir. How are you?
Are you having fun?
Yeah, we're figuring this thing out, and we're making a cool tool while we go. You want to come say hello?
Hello,
you can.
everyone.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can talk from there. There's no faces on camera today. All right, we got another one. Let's get our notes. I don't remember what this was. Oh, yes, I do.
I got to run to the house. I'll be right back.
Okay. This is a trio page, and here's my thought on the trio page. So I was going to, any of these pages would work. Actually, these might be. Okay, so these are the ones that open up, right? So let me show you what I think a trio page is. So trio is going to be photo mat here. Okay. Photo mat here. Now, the one I saw was using smaller photos, so I may not want this in this album because I do want to feature a lot of these 4x6s. And then the other trio came over the middle and was magneted down and opened up, which I really like, but not here. What they had done in that one was the photos were smaller. So say they were square. And you know, I could do 4x4s in here because 4x6s and 4x4s are not that far off from each other. They're not that far off. I know you think they might be, but they're not, because let me explain that to you. Also, why am I using these sizes? I get asked this question a lot. I get my pictures printed at our local, like Walgreens or CVS, and these are their standard sizes. So let me show you this. Let's say, now we're really going to get into this, right? Let's say that the people in your picture are like this. Okay, you have a stack of people like this. Then you come up here and we're going to make this 4 inches. This is a 4x6 photo, okay? But I'm going to come up here and I'm going to see what 4 looks like on it. Where does it end up? Take my little ruler, lay it across here, and see I can get every single one of those guys in my 4 inches. So I'm just doing this so I can kind of see. I'm pretty close. I'm going to go right there. So I cut that off. Okay, this is a photo. It's my balloon people, yeah. And then I just move it to 4 inches and I get a 4x4. So what I love is most of the time when you're taking a photo, you are looking at the center. Most people look at the center. They don't pay attention to the edge. So most of the time you end up with a lot of background that you don't need. So if you had a bunch of 4x4s, that trio page would be really cute. Let's look at that again. I still might do a trio page. And like I said, I may just use, so let's just use this page for the example. So I could put a 4x4 here. And then, can I get one at the bottom too? I don't think I can. They can overlap though. So I could do 2 4x4s that overlap. And then 1 4x4 would flap over. So you'd have photo, photo, photo. And this one would flap open. So you could see all the pictures. Pretty cool, right? So I might do the trio page. I don't know yet. I don't know. The other thing I really want to do in this album, and this doesn't really have to do with my little book that I made today. This is so I can keep all those full pages in it. But in this album, what I want you to pay attention to is I'm going to be using this guy. Because I want to focus on 4x6 photos, you're going to see me use this guy. Because, let me show you what it does. It does this. It does this corner punch. Let me punch it so you can see it. And we have a couple of these. We have this frilly looking one, and then we have the square one. See how this does that little punch right there? All right, so I just punched all 4 corners, right? What I love about this is I can take, I probably wouldn't use white for this. I just did white for my sample. I can take one of my place photo here 4x6 cards, and then that is the photo. So in my album, I can put these in like this. And when the person gets it, they don't have to glue down. They can just slip the photos in. And I really think I want to use this in this album because it being a wedding album, I feel like it's a little fancier than most. What do y'all think? Let me show you this with, yeah, that's true. Or even 2 4x4s and the opening piece be a 4x6. Brilliant. Let me show y'all how this looks. You can also, okay, do this. There's a couple ways you can do it. You can do it like that. All right. That works great if you're going to be doing this in the air like this and then gluing it down. Where it doesn't work great is when this is glued into the book and you want them to be able to slide their picture in. It's really hard to get it to come back up that top. So depending on how you're going to use this, it's not too bad for just, you know, turning your photo up and putting the corners in like this. But it's pretty hard to weave it when it's glued down, if that makes sense. But the weave is cute. But I am going to use this because look how pretty that is. I think that looks good. My thought is I'm going to use a dark coordinating color here. So like in this album, that was my trimmer. Let's hope it's not retired now. My thought is I'll use a dark color for this, right? Then it'll be like a frame around the photo and I still have all my pretties around it. That makes sense? Maybe craft, maybe this green, maybe this dark green. When you give things, okay, let me say that again because I think y'all might have lost me for a minute. Am I back? I think so. Don't look for there to be a lot in here more than what I've just shown you, because when you give this as a gift, a lot of people just don't know what all to put in it. We have to be mindful of that. You know, we can't give somebody something with 1,000 flips and flaps and pockets and things they don't know how to use, because that gets frustrating. They want to use it, but they don't know how. Does that make sense? All right, so any questions or any thoughts? Tell me what you're thinking. What do you think about what we talked about today? I really like this guy. I can see me using this a lot, and I can see me making these for a lot of different things. Like, can you see this for card making? I have another thing coming for card making this year I think you guys are really going to like. I'm working on that as we speak to help our card making be a little more active next year. And that's not you guys. A lot of you guys make cards all the time. But I find I fall off the card bandwagon some. And every year I'm like, we're gonna get this done. We're going to get it done. But I have an idea to do it. We also have these in the 2.5 by 3.5 size. So this would be a cute idea for me, okay? If you made one of these little books like sideways for ATC inspiration, wouldn't that be cute? I think that'd be really cute. Yeah, this for card making would be great. And the other thing you could do with card making is you could just design this thing and slide it in. You know what I'm saying? Because you can peel this right out. So maybe you take this out, design the card this way. Or every time you make a card, do one of these little pages. Or take a photo and put it in here. That would be even better. And you're going to see me using index cards for more. I want to do kind of a planner thing, but isn't this great? I don't know how you carry your stuff around or if you have bags or whatever, but throw this in like a backpack. I keep a laptop with me a lot, so throw this in a backpack to keep it with me or something like that. And y'all, this is just the beginning of these things. The other thing, imagine this for your meal planning. Can you see turning this into a little meal planning book? Where you do a week here and you save all your weeks. So if you just want to go back and copy a week, think like this, you guys. This would be a good gift. We need to think like this. So your meal planning's on the front. Your grocery list is on the back. Okay. And you call it like week 1. Wouldn't that be cool? And then you go through and maybe week 7 rolls around. You don't have any ideas. Go pull week 1 and use it. And you know where you keep this? You keep this in a utensil drawer or something in the kitchen or where your recipe books are. But handy. These guys we can put everywhere. I love these so much. Y'all gonna see a lot of these. I may have to do a dedicated dedicated video for these. Because I think how many ways can we use them? Y'all talk about them. What about as a to-do list? A to-do book. This little size would be a cute to-do book, wouldn't it? I think so. All right, I just wanted to bring that stuff to you. I wanted you to see that. Oh, baby milestones would be cute. And it lets us use some of the stuff we don't get to use all the time. I like using other things, you know? Oh, your Bible reading is so good. Look, if you did, I don't know how often you do your scripture. If you do a scripture a day, scripture a week, I don't know how you do it. But you could write, like if you did a scripture a day, and then at the end of the year, you'd have 365 days of scripture. Wouldn't that be awesome to have that? And you could put like the scripture on the front and then maybe where you were when you're reading it. I don't know. Those are good ideas. The recipe album, this is great for a recipe album. Because look, you make the front and the back and stick some recipe cards in it. Done. Family health information and medical list. So Vince does his parents' medicine. It'd be a great thing for him to keep up with their medicines, their changes, their upcoming doctor's appointments, things like that. A little gratitude journal. Also, you guys, you can make little tab cards to put in here too. You know, that can you still have room for that. Let me show you. Once we've punched those, you still have a little room to put some tabs. I'm a lefty and it would help keep things on my way. Look at this. That's really good. Tons of notes for studying. What I love about this, using these little cards, is she could have one. I don't know what her classes are, obviously, but you could have English, math, social studies, history, science, and you could have all your little study cards on there. There's a lot we could do with this, you guys. A quote book. That's a good idea, too. Y'all are so smart. All right, that's it. I need to go get ready to start filming this so you guys can have it by Saturday night. A couple things before I go. If you're interested in seeing us again the rest of the week, tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time on our website, MaymayMadeIt.com, we're having the first back to Craftique. We were going on last week, but Black Friday orders had us a little backed up, so we didn't want to double up on shipping. So we are doing Craftique tomorrow, okay? So if you're not familiar with the Craftique, that's where we have craft items at very discounted prices, just random different stuff. So, but it's on our website. It's at MaymayMadeIt.com. So you'll want to go there at 2 p.m. and can register for that. There's information about that on the website. We'll have that up for you guys. There's the link to it. There, Tamitha just did it. There's the link. You need to register. There's the information for registering. Tamitha, do you mind putting that in the description of this video too whenever we click out of here? And then you'll see us Thursday night. I'm excited about this, guys. I'm just doing this. This is what we're doing. We're just having the Crafter Show. We're not doing 2 different shows. Like back in the day, we did 2 different shows, blah, blah. I've got some ideas for the Crafter Show, and that's what we're going to call it. It's the Crafter Show, Thursday night, 5:30. That's when we're going to get started. We're going to do crafting across the miles, product. Everything will be in one show. If there's anything extra, we'll add it into one show. And I love that idea, and I can't wait to see y'all there. So I also may be back live tomorrow, because if I have something else to do, I'll come back and chat with you guys, because look how much work I got done sitting here with you. All right. Thanks so much for being here, guys. We'll see you again all those other times, and maybe even tomorrow. Bye now.